Okay, so have you ever been in a situation where, like, doing what's right could cost you everything?
Hmm.
Well, today we're diving into this story
Okay.
about a waitress, Tiana, who's working the late shift
Um,
at Joe's Corner Diner in Austin, Texas. So just picture this. The diner's buzzing.
Yep.
People are getting their meals.
Mm-hmm.
It's late.
Right.
And in walks Elon Musk.
Oh, wow. Musk's arrival is
I know, right?
gonna really kind of throw a wrench in the gears there.
Yeah.
His public image is so loaded, he kind of becomes a walking Rorschach test for everyone in the diner.
Right.
You can practically see them projecting all their hopes and fears onto him just by being there.
I can imagine. And the tension.
Yeah.
You just feel it's so thick you could cut it with a steak knife.
Oh, yeah.
The regulars start whispering.
Mhm.
They're shooting suspicious glances.
Yeah.
And then this happens.
Okay.
A middle-aged man in a suit actually confronts Tiana about serving Musk.
Oh, wow. It's so interesting how quickly things can escalate into a proxy war for bigger social anxieties.
Yeah.
The man's not just bothered by Musk getting a burger.
Right.
He sees Tiana as complicit in a system that he feels is rigged against him.
Yeah, he really lays into her,
Oh, wow.
accusing her of enabling Musk and even demanding she refuse him service.
Really?
He even goes so far as to say people like Musk aren't welcome in the community.
That's really, that's where the personal and the political collide.
Right.
The diner becomes this microcosm of a society grappling with, wealth disparity, technological disruption, and the very idea of who belongs in this changing world.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
But Tiana,
Yeah.
she keeps her cool through all of this.
Wow.
She refuses to be sucked into the political debate
Yeah.
and firmly states that her job is to treat all customers with respect.
That's really fascinating, her response. Instead of reacting to the man's anger, she chooses to uphold
Right.
a different set of values. Professionalism is a basic human decency.
Yeah.
She's claiming her own agency in a
Yeah.
situation where she seemingly has very little power.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So things come to a head when the man refuses to back down.
Oh.
Tiana ends up having to ask him to leave,
Uh-oh.
and he storms out, fuming.
Yeah.
It's like this pressure cooker just exploded in the diner.
Right.
Some customers are supporting her,
Uh-huh.
but you can tell the air is still thick with tension.
Wow.
And that's when her manager, Jeff, appears.
Oh, this is where the stakes get even higher.
Oh, yeah.
She's already navigating this tense situation.
Right.
But now she's facing a potential power clash with her boss.
Exactly.
It really raises the question, what are the consequences?
Yeah.
Standing your ground in a system that so often rewards compliance.
That's a great question. So Jeff, he is furious.
Oh,
He comes down on Tiana so hard, accusing her of causing a scene
yeah.
and prioritizing Musk over a regular customer.
I mean, that really underscores how precarious service industry work can be.
Right.
There's this unspoken expectation of subservience,
Yeah.
this pressure to prioritize the comfort of those with more social or economic capital, even when it comes at the expense of your own dignity.
And to make matters even worse, Jeff fires Tiana.
Oh my gosh, he didn't.
He doesn't even hesitate.
Wow.
Her livelihood is gone just like that.
That's a stark reminder that doing what you believe is right can come at a really steep price.
It really can.
Tiana's decision to uphold her values
Yeah.
now has very real material consequences, and it really forces us to consider this question.
Yeah.
How much are we willing to sacrifice for our principles?
Exactly. So Tiana's world is completely turned upside down.
Yeah.
She's worried about rent bills, everything.
Yes.
Luckily, her friend Monica is there to offer support, but the emotional and financial blow is massive.
Absolutely.
It's a scenario that I think a lot of our listeners can relate to
For sure.
on some level.
Tiana's experience throws into sharp relief this tension between personal values and economic vulnerability. It asks us to think about the trade-offs that we're often forced to make in a system that doesn't always reward ethical behavior.
Exactly. And now get this. Elon Musk shows up at Tiana's apartment.
What? That's quite a turn of events.
I know, right?
I mean, what could Musk's motivation be? Is he there to offer an apology compensation or maybe something even more unexpected?
Well, it turns out he's there for all of those reasons.
Really?
He acknowledges that Tiana lost her job because of him.
Wow.
and expresses genuine admiration for her integrity.
This is where the narrative like totally subverts our expectations.
You know.
We see this figure who's often depicted as aloof and detached,
Right.
demonstrating a surprising level of humility and self-awareness.
Right.
He recognizes the ripple effect of his actions and chooses to take responsibility.
Totally.
Yeah.
So then Musk explains that he's been working on this employee wellness program
Okay.
and believes that Tiana,
Yeah.
with her character and experience, is the perfect person to head it up.
Wow.
He even says that he needs someone who understands
Yeah.
what it's like to be overlooked and undervalued.
That's a powerful moment.
Yeah.
It highlights the potential for these seemingly random events
Right.
to create such unexpected opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, Tiana's act of courage, which initially led to hardship,
Right.
now opens the door to a completely different future.
At first, Tiana can't believe it.
Right.
A waitress offered a management position
Yeah.
at a major company.
I mean,
It sounds like a fairy tale.
it really does. Tiana's journey really embodies this concept of social mobility. It challenges the notion that our life trajectories are fixed and reminds us that sometimes taking a stand, even when it's difficult, can lead to extraordinary outcomes.
After taking some time to process everything, Tiana accepts the offer.
This acceptance represents a reclaiming of agency.
Yeah.
She's taking control of her narrative, transforming a moment of vulnerability into a springboard for personal and professional growth.
Absolutely.
It's an inspiring testament to the power of resilience and the possibility of second chances.
And remember Jeff, the manager who fired her?
Yeah.
Well, he actually calls Tiana to apologize.
Really?
He admits that he was wrong.
Wow.
And acknowledges that her success proves doing the right thing can indeed pay off.
It's a fascinating example of how perspectives can evolve when confronted with these unexpected outcomes.
Right.
Jeff's initial focus on profit and avoiding conflict really blinded him to the larger ethical implications of his actions.
Right.
But Tiana's success forces him to confront those implications and reconsider his own values.
Yeah. So Tiana reflects on this wild ride,
Yeah.
recognizing that life's tests can lead to very unexpected outcomes. And she finds satisfaction in knowing that her choices made a positive difference, not just for herself, but for others as well.
That's right. Tiana's story is a powerful reminder that our actions have this ripple effect. We are all interconnected, and our choices, however small they may seem, can have a profound impact on the lives of those around us.
It's such a powerful message about integrity and courage and the unpredictable nature of life itself.
It really is.
I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a reminder that we're not just individuals navigating our own paths. We're part of a larger social fabric.
Right.
And our choices can either strengthen or fray those connections.
It's really interesting. This whole thing got me thinking about the role of chance.
Yeah.
Do you think Tiana would have landed this incredible opportunity if Musk hadn't walked into that diner that night?
That is such a great point. Yeah. I mean, luck definitely played a role. But I think it's important to remember that Tiana was also prepared for that chance encounter.
Right.
Her willingness to stand up for what's right, even when it cost her, revealed her character. And that's what made her stand out to Musk.
So it's like that saying, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Exactly. Tiana's story shows that both are important.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't control every opportunity that comes our way.
Right.
But we can control how we prepare for them and how we react when they show up.
I think another thing that really struck me was how this story challenges our assumptions. We tend to have these preconceived notions about figures like Elon Musk.
Right.
But here he is showing a surprising amount of compassion and humility.
Yeah. It reminds us that people are complex and multifaceted. We can't always rely on labels or public personas to understand who they truly are. Musk's actions here reveal this depth of empathy and a commitment to fairness that might not align with common perceptions of him.
Absolutely. And I also love how the story highlights the power of second chances. Tiana's given this opportunity to completely reinvent her life and pursue a path she might have never even imagined.
It's a powerful reminder that our past doesn't have to define our future.
Totally.
We all make mistakes.
Right.
But we also have the ability to learn and grow and create new possibilities for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Tiana's story offers hope that even after setbacks, we can achieve our full potential.
And speaking of second chances, Jeff's apology to Tiana was a real turning point for me. It shows that even when we mess up, we can own our mistakes and try to make things right.
It's a great example of humility and accountability. Jeff admitting he was wrong and expressing remorse to Tiana demonstrates a real shift in his thinking. It shows that it's never too late to learn from our mistakes and strive to be better.
You know, a lot of people struggle with admitting when they're wrong. It almost seems like it takes more courage than doing the right thing in the first place.
I agree. It can be incredibly challenging to confront our own flaws and acknowledge the harm we've caused others, but it's a crucial step toward personal growth and building stronger relationships.
Absolutely.
Jeff's apology to Tiana is a powerful example of that.
It is.
Taking responsibility for our actions.
So, out of everything we've discussed so far, what do you think is the most important lesson we can learn from Tiana's story?
That's a tough one. There are so many valuable insights to be gleaned from her experience, but if I had to pick one key takeaway, I think it would be this. Integrity and courage are these essential qualities that can guide us through life's challenges and lead to unexpected rewards.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's a reminder that even though doing the right thing isn't always easy, it ultimately leads to a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Absolutely. It's a message that resonates really deeply, especially in a world where we're often bombarded with these conflicting values and pressured to compromise our principles for convenience or personal gain.
Tiana's story reminds us that our choices matter. And that even when facing adversity, we have the power to make a positive difference in our own lives and in the world around us. It's truly inspiring, wouldn't you say?
It really is. It's like that saying, be the change you want to see in the world. You know, Tiana didn't set out to be a hero. She just did what she felt was right in the moment.
Exactly.
And look where it led her.
It's amazing. Her story speaks to the idea that ethical behavior isn't just about these abstract principles. It's about lived experiences, the choices we make in our everyday lives. And the way those choices shape not only our own destinies, but also the world around us.
Exactly. It's definitely a call to action for all of us.
I agree.
You know, Tiana's experience challenges us to ask ourselves these tough questions. Are we living in alignment with our values? Are we willing to speak up for what we believe in, even when it's uncomfortable or might cost us something?
Those are great questions to think about.
And on that note, we want to turn it over to you.
Yes.
Have you ever been in a situation where you had to choose between doing what was easy and doing what you knew was right? What happened? What did you learn from that experience?
We'd love to hear your stories.
Yeah.
Share them with us on our social media.
We believe that everyone has a unique perspective to offer. And that by sharing our experiences, we can learn from one another and build a more compassionate and just world.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yes.
We hope Tiana's story has sparked some reflection and inspired you to approach life's challenges with integrity and courage.
Until next time, remember to stay curious. Stay engaged. And always stand up for what you believe in. You never know what amazing possibilities might be waiting just around the corner.
Exactly. Yeah, it really is. It makes you think about like all the choices we make every day and the impact they can have. You know, it's easy to feel like we're just going through the motions. But Tiana's story really reminds us that even seemingly small actions can have this ripple effect and create real change.
It's such a powerful antidote to the cynicism and apathy that can sometimes creep into our worldview.
It reminds us that individuals can make a difference, that even amidst like the complexities of modern life, there's still room for hope, integrity, and these unexpected acts of grace.
It's like that saying, be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly.
Tiana didn't set out to be a hero. She just did what she felt was right in that moment. And look where it led her.
It's amazing.
Her story really speaks to this idea that ethical behavior isn't just about these abstract principles. It's about lived experiences, the choices we make in our everyday lives. And the way those choices shape not only our own destinies, but the world around us.
It's a call to action for all of us, you know?
Yeah, I think so too.
Tiana's experience challenges us to ask ourselves some tough questions.
Yeah. What are some of those?
Well, like, are we living in alignment with our values?
Okay.
Are we willing to speak up for what we believe in, even when it's uncomfortable, or it might cost us something?
Those are really great questions to think about.
Yeah. And on that note, we kind of want to turn it over to you.
Yeah. Let's hear from our listeners.
Have you ever been in a situation where you had to choose between doing what was easy and doing what you knew was right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What did you learn from that experience?
We'd love for you to share those stories with us on social media.
You know, we believe that everyone has a unique perspective to offer.
Yeah.
And that by sharing our experiences, we can learn from each other and build a more compassionate and just world.
For sure. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive today.
Absolutely.
We hope that Tiana's story has sparked some reflection for you and inspired you to approach life's challenges with integrity and courage.
Yeah.
Until next time, remember to stay curious.
That's right.
Stay engaged and always stand up for what you believe in. You never know what amazing possibilities might be waiting just around the corner.
Exactly.
Yeah. Makes you think about how we can all make a difference.
Right. Like even in small ways.
Totally. So what are your final thoughts on Tiana's story?
I think it's a reminder that we all have a choice to make.
Okay.
You know, are we going to just stand by and watch things happen? Or are we going to step up and be the change we want to see in the world?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So how can our listeners apply these lessons to their own lives?
Well, I think it starts with being aware of our own values.
Yeah.
What's important to us? What do we stand for?
Right.
And then it's about having the courage to act on those values.
Even when it's hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, even when it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it might cost us something.
That's a powerful message. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you want to add?
Just that I hope Tiana's story inspires people to believe in themselves.
Yeah.
And to believe that they can make a difference in the world.
I think it will. And thanks for joining us on this deep dive today.
Absolutely.
We hope you enjoyed our exploration of this incredible story.
Yeah.
And remember to stay curious, stay engaged, and always stand up for what you believe in.
That's right.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.